Hello friends, welcome back. Imagine this, your dream life is right in front of you. The one you've been trying so hard to attract is totally into you. They're texting you, first, calling you, constantly and always showing up when you need them. It feels perfect, doesn't it? You're the couple everyone envies, the one people talk about. You're laughing together, planning trips and spending weekends, lost in each other's company. It's the life. Pure always imagined, everything falling into place, everything just right. But how do you get this life? Obviously, you're thinking about trying hard. You've got this idea in your mind that if you try hard enough, if you give more, if you push out a little bit more, you can make them choose you. Have you ever wondered why certain people in your life always seem to pop up when you least expect it? The truth is, there's a deep psychological reason why they think of you and want to call. In the next few minutes, you'll understand exactly what's going on in their minds and how you can make them reach out to you the moment this video ends. Imagine you're chatting with a friend and suddenly your thoughts drift. You find yourself thinking about your ex or questioning why your best friend hasn't replied yet. These thoughts aren't random. They're a sign of emotional connection. People are drawn to you because you evoke something in them, be it safety, joy, or nostalgia. In this video, we'll explore how these emotional bonds are formed and how you can actively harness them to capture the attention of those who matter to you. The secret lies within human psychology. Each of us seeks validation and attention. When you press the right buttons, it can have an uncanny effect on others. For instance, if you share a personal moment during a conversation or pose a profound question, you open the door to a connection that is both strong and lasting. People remember moments when they felt understood and valued, and these moments might just be the reason they call you immediately after watching this video. Think about it. Haven't you ever called someone right after a deep conversation because you felt a unique connection? It's that feeling of closeness and intimacy that draws people in. If you can initiate such conversations or use emotional triggers, it will significantly impact your relationships. Another interesting fact, human brain chemistry plays a crucial role in how we perceive relationships. When you make someone laugh or connect them with positive memories, the brain releases happiness hormones like dopamine. This sense of joy makes people feel more attracted to you and more likely to reach out. But it's not just positive experiences that matter. Often, it's the challenges and struggles that bring us closer together. When you share your own battles, you demonstrate vulnerability and authenticity. These traits make you relatable and approachable. People are drawn to those who are genuine and express their true feelings. Now, you might be wondering how to use all this information to achieve what you want. It's simple. Be present. Create moments that foster connection. Show genuine interest in others' lives and share your own experiences. When you do this, it's only a matter of time before they want to reach out to you again. As you reflect on how to apply this in your own life, it becomes clear that it's not just about the outcome, the call you're anticipating, but also about the journey you embark on to build deeper, more meaningful connections with the people around you. So, after watching this video, pay close attention to how your relationships evolve. You might find that you receive surprisingly many calls and messages. Because one thing is certain, once you master the art of emotional connection, people won't just think of you, they'll want to say it out loud. You know that feeling when someone unexpectedly reaches out and it seems like they were reading your mind? It's not magic, it's the power of subtle influence, and you can harness it too. Humans are driven by emotions more than we often realize. Studies in psychology have shown that emotion is the strongest motivator for human behavior, far beyond logic or reason. People remember how you made them feel long after they've forgotten what you actually said. If you can evoke the right emotions, you create a bond that lingers. Think about those moments when you felt genuinely understood by someone. They didn't just listen, they mirrored your emotions, your struggles, your joys. It's in these moments that connections are formed. The other person suddenly feels closer to you because you've resonated on an emotional frequency that words alone can't reach. It's this resonance that compels them to call, to text, to stay in touch. When you understand what someone truly values, what they fear, what they hope for, what keeps them awake at night. You have the key to their attention. People respond to those who see beyond the surface, who recognize the invisible battles they're fighting. When you validate their emotions and reflect them back, they feel a sense of safety, of being seen. That's the moment when they think, I need to talk to this person. Every interaction is an opportunity to make someone feel valued and heard. Even the smallest details matter. The way you remember a story they told you months ago, the simple acknowledgement of their efforts, the curiosity you show about their passions. These are not just social niceties. They are signals that tell them they matter to you. And when someone feels like they matter, they are drawn to you. This is why some people make a lasting impression even after a short encounter, while others fade from memory. There's also a psychological phenomenon called the reciprocity principle. When someone gives us something, be it time, attention, or understanding, we feel an unconscious urge to give something back. This is why those who invest emotionally in others often find that their investment returns to them tenfold. The more you give, genuinely and without expectation, the more others will feel compelled to respond, to stay connected, to reach out even when they don't know why. Then there's the power of anticipation. If you've ever had a conversation that lingered in your mind long after it ended, you know what this feels like. You replay certain moments, search for hidden meanings, wonder if you should have said something differently. Creating this sense of anticipation in others isn't about manipulation. It's about crafting interactions that have depth. It's leaving just enough unsaid so they're left curious, wanting more, eager to hear from you again. This is the art of building intrigue without forcing it, of letting someone's thoughts drift back to you naturally because you've given them a reason to wonder. Body language and tone are just as important as words. A genuine smile, steady eye contact, the subtle lean forward when someone shares something important, these signals convey warmth, presence, and attentiveness. They make the other person feel like, in that moment, they are the most interesting person in the room. And that's exactly what draws people back to you, the feeling that you see them in a way that others don't. Even the act of active listening can be a game changer. When you pause before responding, when you allow someone's words to settle before jumping in, it shows that you're genuinely absorbing what they're saying. You're not just waiting for your turn to speak, you're there with them, fully engaged. This creates a powerful connection because it's so rare. We live in a world where distractions are everywhere, and focused attention is a gift. When you give it, people notice. There's also a deeper truth. People are often not fully honest with themselves. They hide parts of who they are, even from themselves, out of fear, shame, or uncertainty. But when someone comes along who gently challenges that, who invites them to be more open, to be more authentic, it can be a liberating experience. You become a person who doesn't just hear words but sees the story behind them, the fears, dreams, and contradictions that make someone human. This is what keeps people coming back. They don't just feel heard, they feel understood. By the time this video ends, you'll realize that the way you've been connecting with others might have only scratched the surface. If you want them to reach out to you, to think of you even when you're not around, it's about offering them an emotional experience they can't forget. It's not about tricks or techniques, it's about being genuinely present in a way that so few people are. When you walk away from this video, start observing how you interact. Notice the moments when someone's eyes light up, when their tone softens, when they lean in. Pay attention to what draws them in and what pulls them away. Every detail is a clue, every reaction a hint to what truly matters to them. Adjust how you listen, how you respond, how you express yourself. Make every conversation a little deeper, every connection a little more genuine. They will call. Not because you ask them to, but because they'll feel that with you there's something real, something that pulls them back, something they can't quite put into words, but they know they need to hear again. Let's take this even further. It's not enough to simply create a connection. To truly make an impact, you need to sustain it. A single powerful conversation might leave a mark, but if you want people to keep coming back, if you want them to call you without hesitation, it's about building a relationship that continues to resonate long after the initial spark. Think about the relationships that stand out in your own life, the people you keep returning to, the voices you want to hear, the stories you never tire of listening to. These are not casual acquaintances. They are the people who have managed to create a lasting impression, who have given you experiences that are hard to replicate. This is the kind of relationship you need to build if you want people to feel compelled to reach out to you time and again. What makes these bonds so enduring? It's not about being perfect or having all the right answers. It's about showing up consistently, even in small ways. When someone feels like they can rely on you, when they sense that you'll be there regardless of the circumstances, it creates an emotional anchor. And anchors are what people seek out when the waters get rough, when they're looking for stability in a world that often feels chaotic. Consistency doesn't mean being available 24/7. It's about presence. It's remembering the little things that matter to them, the details most people overlook. It's sending a message that shows you were thinking of them at a random moment, or asking about something they mentioned weeks ago. These actions, though small, tell them that they occupy space in your mind and that you genuinely care. It's these moments that build trust, that make them want to reach out because they know you're not just another fleeting presence in their life. There's also the importance of vulnerability. It's a common misconception that you need to be the strongest, the wisest, the most charismatic to keep people's attention. But in reality, it's vulnerability that creates genuine intimacy. It's the moments when you're honest about your fears, when you share the parts of yourself that aren't polished or perfect, that people start to feel safe opening up in return. They begin to see you as someone who understands them on a deeper level, someone they can trust with their own imperfections. This doesn't mean oversharing or laying out every detail of your life. It's about being honest when it counts, admitting when you don't have all the answers, acknowledging your mistakes, or simply showing that you don't always have it all together. When people sense that you're not putting on a facade, they relax. They feel less pressure to be perfect themselves, and this creates a space where real conversations can happen. These are the kinds of conversations that linger in someone's mind and make them pick up the phone to hear your voice again. Understanding timing is also crucial. You don't have to force communication. Instead, learn to recognize the right moments to engage deeply. When someone is going through a challenging time, when they're excited about something new, or when they're just looking for a listening ear, these are the windows of opportunity. If you can sense when someone needs to be heard without them even saying it, you become a presence they don't want to lose. They'll reach out, not because they need to, but because they want to. Creating anticipation plays another key role. People are naturally drawn to mystery, to things that aren't completely revealed. This doesn't mean playing games. It's about leaving space in your conversations for curiosity. Instead of telling someone everything, leave some things unsaid. Plant seeds of thought that they can ponder later. Suggest ideas without spelling them out completely. This creates a sense of intrigue, a desire to know more, to understand what lies beneath the surface. When people are left with unanswered questions or unresolved emotions, they come back to find closure, to explore more of what you have to offer. The way you make people feel valued also plays a huge part. Compliments and praise are great, but what's even more powerful is validation. It's the simple act of acknowledging someone's emotions, experiences, and thoughts as real and important. It's saying, "I see what you're going through, and it matters." This kind of validation makes people feel seen in a way that superficial compliments never will. It's about being genuinely curious about their story, about who they are and what they stand for. When they feel validated, they associate you with a place of acceptance and understanding, and that's what draws them back. Patience is another aspect that can't be overlooked. In the world of fast-paced communication, where people expect instant responses, patience can be a powerful signal. When you don't rush someone to open up, when you allow them to move at their own pace, it builds trust. They know they can come to you when they're ready, without pressure or judgment. This patience tells them that you're not just another distraction in their day. You're someone who's willing to wait for a meaningful connection, and that's rare. As time goes on, You'll notice how these small but significant efforts begin to accumulate. Relationships aren't built overnight. They're the result of countless tiny moments that add up. It's not the grand gestures that make people remember you. It's the consistency, the authenticity, the way you made them feel heard and valued. It's about being there, without demanding attention in return, until they realize that you're the person they want to reach out to when they need clarity, comfort, or simply a familiar voice. As you absorb these ideas, think about the way you approach your relationships. Notice how a small shift in the way you engage can change everything. It's not about saying the perfect words, it's about creating a space where they want to keep the conversation going. When they feel safe, intrigued, and genuinely valued, they'll keep coming back. And soon, they'll be the ones who reach out, not because they have to, but because they want to. When this happens, you'll understand that it was never about tricks or strategies. It was about being present, about understanding what people crave, connection, understanding, and the feeling that someone genuinely cares. This is what makes them pick up the phone, send the text, and make sure they stay in touch. And if you're consistent, if you stay true to this path of creating genuine bonds, you'll become someone they don't want to lose. You'll be the person they think of when they need to talk, when they need to feel understood, when they just need to be themselves. You'll be the person they call again and again, because with you, it's real. In the end, it all comes down to something simple but profound: human connection. It's not about techniques or manipulative tactics. It's about creating moments that matter. When you make people feel truly seen, valued, and understood, you create a space they don't want to lose. That's why they will call you. Not because you demanded it, not because you chased them, but because they want to be around someone who gets them. This doesn't mean you'll connect with everyone, and that's okay. Not every relationship will last, and not every conversation will turn into something deeper. But those who do feel that pull, those who sense that genuine interest and emotional resonance, will remember you. They'll remember how you listened when no one else did, how you didn't just hear their words but understood the feelings behind them. They'll remember the comfort of your presence, even in silence. At the core, people are searching for something real in a world filled with noise and distractions. They're looking for someone who won't just give them attention for a moment, but who will be there when it counts. Someone who won't judge them, who won't rush them, who will let them be who they are. If you can be that person, if you can offer them that kind of connection, they'll come back. They'll call because with you they feel at home. So let this be your guide. Don't strive to be unforgettable in a flashy way. Instead, aim to be real, to be authentic, to be present. Let people know that with you, they don't have to pretend, they don't have to perform. They can just be. If you create that kind of space, you'll be the person they think of when they need a genuine connection. You'll be the person they call when they want to feel understood, when they need to be reminded that there's someone who truly cares. You'll be the anchor they rely on when everything else feels uncertain. In the end, they'll reach out because you've given them something that's increasingly rare: a sense of belonging, a sense of value, a sense of being truly heard. And that's what people will always come back for. Because no matter how much the world changes, no matter how fast things move, the need for real, authentic connection will never fade. So go out and build those connections. Be genuine, be curious, be kind. The rest will follow. And when they call, because they will, you'll know that it's not because of some strategy, but because you've become someone worth reaching out to. Someone who made them feel something real. And that's what truly matters.